baggage and all our guns and get to international. Yeah, my dad was a little worried about making it to New Zealand because our flight got delayed for like 4 or 5 hours.
You know, my husband Butch, co-founder and CEO of Kryptek, Mike Dianda and himself were talking about this last summer. My husband was wanting to put together a trip for our 20-year anniversary, and the trip for us transpired from that point.
I had to push like a big cart with like all these bags on it. It was crazy. And then like I got tons of photos because it was apparently a big deal because they had like 50 bags and they were all like Kryptek bags. It was just really cool.
Yeah, I mean, overall, leaving the U.S. and doing an international hunt is a big deal anytime. But when you bring in your family, especially in my case, 3 girls, there's things that you don't deal with normally that you now have to deal with, and luggage is one of those, right? So like how they pack and what they're gonna bring. And so there was a lot of new challenges that I had not faced before in my own international travel and international hunts that brought this together. But there was a giant level of excitement just about the journey itself and the new country and everything that you have read or heard about and the adventure associated with the name New Zealand.
Might have a luggage problem here.
Hello, can we order another 5 trucks? Thank you very much.
So there's 15 of us and we look like we're leaving for a year.
Well, we're definitely going to enjoy the zombie apocalypse in style.
Yeah.
The amount of gear we had. My kids couldn't sleep last night. They're so excited. Yeah,
Yes,
this is
they're
like,
super
can I have your tags, Dad? I mean, you've hunted before. This isn't about you, right? Like, being a parent, no, it's not about me. Yeah.
No.
But yes, I will be hunting.
Yes.
With twin boys, I'm absolutely not nervous to be traveling out of the country. My boys were born in New Hampshire, but primarily raised in Africa. We lived in Kenya for a decade, so we're pretty adept at traveling around the world with them. They've been kind of all over Africa and parts of Asia. Coming to New Zealand is really easy.
Home sweet home for the next week, huh, buddy?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be great.
All the way at the end? Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Very cool.
We made it.
Yeah.
Gary Herbert's New Zealand hunting.
Nothing I've ever experienced before. It's an escalation up from a pack tent and a little cook stove and some mountain house. I don't think there's sort of a mountain house here, boys.
The good thing,
Do you want to switch and I'll grab
well,
mine?
the bad thing is TSA went through my gun case, so my phone's all screwed up. But the good thing is the Explorer cases held up fabulously, and our guns are all in one piece.
Yeah, so when it comes to shooting and going to the range, I take personal fulfillment in seeing someone else basically hone their skills. And I've had a lot of time to do that with my children. And so, yeah, I enjoyed working with some of the other kids that were in our group with just some simple basics that maybe get overlooked, or, you know, I've found success with terms and formalities of how to convey things, and I really enjoyed working with the other kids in the group and helping them get their skills dialed in.
Triple Beard, the first all-lead turkey load from the makers of Heavy Shot. Speedball technology reduces deformation on setback, keeping the pellets more uniform and reduces the pancake effect of lead. Magnum Blend technology, which is a mix of 5s, 6s, and 7s, Lets you take gobblers at any range, whether it's up close and personal or you gotta reach out and touch one. It's available in 3 and 3.5 inch 12 gauge, as well as 3 inch 20 gauge. Check out the new Triple Beard at HeavyShot.com.
I thought you were going to say who's the fattest. I was going to have to raise my hand.
That's what anytime you get in a bird, barrel goes down. In case you do shoot in the helicopter, it doesn't go through the rotor and take us to crash, okay?
That would be a good idea.
And it's amazing how many people get in helicopters with barrels up. It's like, all right, so.
So getting in the helo, I was a helicopter pilot in the military, flew Apaches and then Little Birds and Spec Ops, and I haven't flown since I retired out of the military. So seeing the helos come was very exciting, brought back lots of emotions. A lot of people always ask me, do you miss flying? No, I don't miss flying, I miss flying. And the flying that you do here is the type of flying that I miss. It's very, very adventurous. It's pushing the envelope, getting different scenarios with the aircraft. It's a blast, and if you want adventure, then that is a true adventurous aspect of hunting, because you have that aircraft and profiles that if you screw up, you're gonna ball it up and you're in the middle of nowhere. You're talking about you go right into a survival situation for the next few weeks.
Welcome back. Right there in front, down below. Yeah, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, some more on the, down below the waterfall. Where you looking, Gary?
Yeah.
Alright.
12 o'clock, about 20 and 15 of them. Still on them? Yep.
Out. Hang your heat seats up. Hang your heat seats up.
On it. Chamois. So when you're tar hunting, it's very, very easy to pick, to see what's a male and what's a female, because they look completely different. With the chamois, they look completely the same. So it's very hard when you're trying to find a buck.
In about 2 seconds you'll start seeing them. That's what we want.
Stay there, don't you guys move, okay? Because if you fall here, you die. Stay right there.
Don't die.
Oh man. It was unreal, honestly. When you're looking at an animal through your scope, and to be honest, I didn't know exactly what you look for with the tahr specifically. I mean, obviously you're looking at the horns and how long their coat is, but you can't really judge right then and there how big something's gonna be until you get it back and you're standing or sitting right next to it, holding it in your hands. to be able to take an animal like that it's really meaningful, and it actually has a big impact on you.
It's like he's touching me in the scope. It was crazy. It's actually the first thing I've shot, so hey.
Yeah.
One of the only girls that was on this hunt, and being with all these military guys, and they're big, strong, manly, you know, been around the world, done everything twice, was a little intimidating. And, you know, I felt sometimes like maybe I had to prove myself a little bit. But I'd always wanted a tahr. And I prepared myself, we practiced, we shot many times. I was very confident in my skills, and at one point felt like I'm gonna show these girls what a Nevada girl can do, right?
The water in that creek's pretty blue, huh, Mike?
Oh, it's beautiful. So, just like Alaska, huh, Gary? Lots of glaciers up here, like up high?
This is all kind of wilderness country where, you know, it's extremely difficult to access unless you've got helicopters flow down these animals here.
Right.
Makes it, you know, getting into the mountains at least achievable. Once you're up here, you know, you've still got to, you know, kind of traverse the terrain and get onto the animals, but just the access part is a big part of doing it, you know.
I mean, there's places in here that you would never access on foot.
Yeah.
Even, I guess, even if you were an experienced mountain climber, you'd be.
Yeah. Oh, it's extremely challenging.
I can do this, and I got into this high country, and at first you're like, you have a vision of what you think it's gonna be, and then when you actually get there, you're like, oh my God, this is some of the gnarliest stuff I've ever seen in my whole life. What am I gonna do? I have to, you know, cliff jump around, cross streams, you know, and make an amazing shot.
Yeah, on him.
He's awesome. Gary, so much.
That's awesome, man. Wow.
Oh my God, he's beautiful. All right, this was beautiful scenery. We're looking for this tahr, and he wanted to play hide and seek with us for a while, so he was a little bit of a challenge. Set up on a rock on this beautiful little creek here, and had to wait for him to come out from behind this big rock, and I couldn't be more happy with this, and just really, really excited. Wish my son was here to be with me on this. A little bit of a challenge though, so thank you, honey.
Oh, you're welcome.
buddy.
Thanks, Gary. Is that cool or what? Woohoo! Big chamois down.
So what's super unique about this hunt in New Zealand is the integration of the rotary wing or the helicopter aspect, and a lot of the, I guess, access to the various places we went was not even possible without it. At the same time, I had, you know, my own helicopter experience in the U.S. military, and so there was a bit of appreciation and adventure that I personally had watching the skill sets of our pilot Harvey, who had 18,500 hours, and just being able to see him understand his airframe and do what he did with it. There was a completely humbling type, I guess, respect for him. There was a lot of great memories that were made with the helicopter, and also some that were brought back for me.
Bunch in there. Yeah, it's pretty steep though. It's kind of hard to get over there. Yeah. Let's get some good shot of him.
What an adventure in New Zealand. Unbelievable experience, unbelievable terrain. Here with Gary Herbert, one of the highlights of my life and career here right now, because it's just stunning. You have to come to New Zealand and experience this firsthand, guys. I'm telling you, unbelievable. Remarkable.
Chamois, it's very hard when you're trying to find a buck, and the chamois they're little animals. You're hunting in the scrub and in the snow, and they don't sit still. They're running around like rabbits up on the side of a mountain because they do not sit still. They're small, and yeah, they were my nemesis for this hunt without a doubt.
Okay, get ready, get ready. It's not him, it's the next one that comes out. Not him. Here he comes.
Good shot, man.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Hey, good going.
Thank you. Yeah.
He's a nice buck too.
Woo! Finally.
Got that chamois.
Extremely hard to hunt. And bring your pro. And practice offhand shooting.
That's awesome, eh?
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting.
But they'll humble you. They'll extremely humble you. More than once.
He's a nice chamois, eh?
Man, this is outstanding. I mean, you can't put words to what we just experienced. I mean, the terrain here, and you know, it goes from almost rainforest to mountain to rivers and blue ice, and you're just, it's like putting a couple of months worth of experience into a couple of hours. It's absolutely amazing. How was your hunt, Butch?
It was good, Jeff. You know what's really interesting is that we get to share this opportunity together. It just so happens both these great tahr were in this drainage here, and I think there was only 2 that were in here. I didn't see any others, but anyway, to be able to share this together in the same topography, like you mentioned, pretty unique. It's always fun to hunt, but it's a lot funner when you hunt with very good friends, friends so close to you, you know, consider family. And the experiences are, you know, they're just that much better at the end of the day. And I think that that's a lot about what this trip is sharing moments with very, very good friends and family.
They're trying to confirm if they have weapons or not. Eagle 6, Saber 3. Roger, we're observing area, negative contact. Saber 3, Eagle 6. Where, if you find out where they are, are you just coming there to the north and south end? Alright, these guys definitely got weapons.
The wreckage of this life can build you or tear you down. What motivates you when there's no one else around?